Yo, what up? It's your boy P. The Ghost. Join me on Honestly, a show where we're going to be taking a deep dive, honest conversation into the business that makes up hip-hop music. We're going to have some honest conversations with a host of personalities. We're going to talk about your albums, your favorite album, your favorite artists, everything that you like about hip-hop music and its practitioners. But we're going to have some honest conversations. We're going to leave no stone unturned. We're going to make sure that we piss people off. We make some people happy. But it's going to be honestly. So catch us on all social media platforms, your Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. And also the website, www.zfmstereo.co.zw. Make sure that you subscribe, like, and share. It's that simple, honestly. One thing that's very important in this music industry, for every artist, for everyone, consumer and the creator, is to be honest. And this is what we'll be doing on this show. We'll be speaking the truth, honestly, from the bottom of our hearts. As consumers, as creators, we tend to overlook certain things. We tend to say that this person is great, this person is the GOAT, he's the greatest of all time, she's the best there is, she sets the standard. But are you honestly saying that because you mean it, or just because that's the trendiest thing to say? Today, I'm here to kind of review what's been going on over the past, 10 months. Albums have been dropped, good ones and bad ones. Some of them, pure hype. You listen to it once, tomorrow you don't even want to listen to it. You go see the artist perform, they lip sync. But you say he's the greatest. You say she's the greatest. Why would you say that? You listen to the album once, maybe the media loves the person. Maybe they're paying someone. Maybe the PR team is just on point. Or maybe it's just a lucky break. Just had one song which blew up. And we're calling them the greatest with the debut single. Honestly, is he the greatest? Is she the greatest? There is no competition. She's probably the only female in the game. The other females are not doing anything. The other females don't have the team that she has. Is she the greatest? Who's she competing with? Is she the greatest? I don't know. That's why we're here. We have to discuss this in depth and get to engage and see exactly if she's the greatest. Leo dropped the single, Fire Emoji. Good song. Everyone is talking about it. The video dropped. Almost a year later, 10 months later, the single dropped. The remix dropped. Good thing, 10 people on it. 2 weeks later, another remix drops. Dancehall artist on it. Honestly, were those 2 remixes necessary? Honestly, is he going to replicate that? Or is just a spent force already? These are just questions. I don't have the answers. I'm just sitting back, analyzing, looking at the landscape, and asking an honest question. Holy 10 dropped an album. How good was it? Did you listen to it critically? Or because it's Holy 10, it's automatic? Over the past couple of months prior, COVID, he made his biggest record. Some said it wasn't his record because it was featured on a rhythm type situation. and the songs on his own album don't touch the standard of that one song. So honestly speaking, is he right? Is he hitting the right notes, or is riding a wave? Interesting. Brian Jack, best newcomer in my eyes the previous year, overlooked. They just said, nah, he's not worth it. He dropped an album this year. Quite a good album, solid, but will it make the cut? Is it because he's not from Harare? Is it because he's not from Blair? Is it that because he's not from Mtare? He's from a small town. Is it his fault? Shall we judge him because he's not from a big city? He's just a small town boy with big records. I don't know. Maybe I might have him here and we should speak about these things. We want to know, how does he feel? He said he's the drill king. Why? Is he confident? Is it confidence or it's cockiness? A whole lot of questions. Asaph, one of the most decorated artists of our times, signed to Def Jam. Kudos to him. He put in the work. A couple of albums under his belt, a couple of awards under his belt, shared the stage with some of the big names that we have in the country. Signed to Def Jam, then went quiet. Many asked what's going on. Is Def Jam holding him back? Or he's now just comfortable because in his head he has made it. Only time will tell. We are honestly going to judge him because now we have expectation. Now we are wondering, what were you doing all this time? Is the Def Jam backing worth it? As consumers, we are going to support him, going to be behind him 100%. But honestly, will he deliver? We hope so. Over the past 3 months, various albums have dropped, and his is literally at the end of the year. Him, Jeezy, Indigo Saint. Who's winning? Why are they winning? Is it because the music is good? Is it because people just generally like them? Is it because they're winning today because of past works? Or they're going to win because they have a loud mouth? Or it's purely musical? Only time will tell. Our Peelz dropped a 45-track album. Yes, 45 songs in one album. According to him, it's the best album there is. According to him, that should be the album of the year. You cannot fault him to think that. He is the creator of the music. So to him, those are 45 songs that the industry needed then. But there's Voltz JT, dropped an album. He's on a run. Life him Vimi. Hope I got that right. Put out an album. Good work. Can he win? Shall he win? Is he the best there is? Well, in this industry, there are two sides to this story. There's the older generation, and then there's the younger generation. They always butt heads because the older generation might not be understanding what the younger generation are doing, and they want hip-hop to remain as was. And then the younger generation are fighting against the older generation because they also want to be understood. Honestly, who's at fault? Can the older generation just let the young guys live and to try and understand them? Of course. A begotten son might not be able to understand a a mumble rapper, but can he vibe to it? Because his son is vibing to that. But because begotten is coming from a time of purity in hip-hop, he might be not open to understand. I'm not saying he doesn't understand them, just using him as an example of the two generations. Does a 10 Diamond understand a SM Dope? Does he understand a Denim Woods? Does he understand a Sun? I don't know. But honestly, I would want the two to sit down and have an honest conversation about hip-hop. Wrote down some albums that I thought, this might work. Voltz JT dropped. Brian Jack dropped. Leo Magos dropped an EP. Saint Flo, big year, with that one big single, which is going to be his gift and a curse. I'll explain later why I say that. Script Muller also dropped his album. Everyone right now is raving about it. But honestly, is it hype? Or is because the music is actually great? Or people are just happy that it's back on the music scene because it's been away for quite some time. We'll have him on the show as well. We need to know some honest facts from him. Cynic, after years of being somewhere, in some hole somewhere, he just creeped out with a new album. Yes, a whole album. No single, no nothing, just an album. And Tanto Wave is dropping an album. You remember Tanto Wave? Sungura Mseve, the guy who said, listen, I'm creating my own genre which also needs its own awards. Honestly, is he right to want to stand alone? Or he's being our own Kanye? In the sense that he's just trying to walk in his own lane and not do anything about it. And then a young new guy, SM Dope, dropped a very thought-provoking EP, which was very trendy, which was very vibey, which was very 21st century new sound hip-hop. Great, I loved it. But honestly, is he also the greatest trap rapper we have? I don't know. We'll look at all these albums and see all the rollouts and try and understand why some people are dropping albums when they're not known. We'll try and see why some singles are just not sticking. We'll see why some people are getting all the accolades when some are not. We'll try and understand why, if you're the only person in that sound, you are then regarded as the greatest of all time. Who are you competing with? You're the greatest of all time compared to who? Little Kim had Foxy Brown, had Da Brat, all these other females who were there rapping at that level. And when they say she's the greatest, she's got the stripes to prove it. She went toe to toe with some of the best female artists there is. Someone asked me the other day, who's Zimbabwe's greatest rapper? And then a colleague of mine was like, the late Kingpin. I had a huge issue with that. Well, more of questions as to why would you pick Kingpin? The man had, to the best of my knowledge, a couple songs. For interest's sake, let's just say he had 5 songs released by the time of his passing. those five have surpassed what everyone else has done after him. There were those before him, metaphysics in them. And then there came a whole new class after him. But interestingly, someone said to me, Maskidi is the best Zimbabwe has offered to date. And I was like, honestly, I might not think so, but you might think so. But prove me wrong that Maskidi is the best at this. Then I'll ask the question, why are you the best? When we then sit down and put a list of artists, what makes whoever is on top the greatest of all time? What has he done musically to be regarded the greatest of all time? I can understand the greatest in a generation. Is Jah Praiser the best, is the greatest of all time? Has he done half the things that Tuku has done? Has he done half the things Bundu Boys did? I don't know. I'm just here to give you my honest opinion. Whether it makes you mad or not, it's just an honest opinion. The name is Peter the Ghost, and this show is called Honestly.